Hello, church. It's Pastor Fran. I want to just take a couple of minutes. We had our discussion tonight, and I want to spend some time with you and summarize a few things by video, answer any questions you might have about our upcoming vote that we will have on Sunday concerning the Unity in Christ Evangelical Church. That's the Ethiopian church that's requested to use our facilities. Let me mention a couple of things that they would be doing. One is we are asking you to affirm their use of our facilities, which would include them becoming a church plant. I'll explain that in a little bit, as well as them adhering to our guidelines and doctrine, and them offering support for that for $12.50 per month. So a few questions, many of which I want to make sure that you have a copy of. You'll see that in the attachment. It's a PDF that you'll be able to download, and just about any phone or any computer could be able to see that easily. You'll be able to know exactly what that is, okay? But I do want to take a little bit of time to explain what this means. Them using our facilities means that they're going to be here at the church or at the church when we are not at the church generally. For the most part, they're going to be there Sunday afternoons from 3 to 6. They're going to also be at the church Tuesday nights, which will be their Bible study night. And about 30 or 40 of them will be there for the Bible study night from 6 to 8. And then they won't be back until maybe Saturday, when just a few of them, 8 or 10 people, will be using one of the classrooms to pray in. So Sunday afternoons from 3 to 6, there will be about 80 of them. And then I talked about Tuesday night and then Saturday. Now, what does that mean? Well, understand that when they first came and when they had a conference, there were 200 of them. It wasn't the same church. That was 5 churches together, not just one church. And so it probably shocked you to see how many there were. But there were a lot of people there. And so understand that this is a very different situation. There is a much smaller congregation. There's less than 80 or 80 of them, which is smaller than us now. And so we'll be able to have that expectation. Now, what does it mean for them to be a church plant? It means that they will come under the North American Mission Board, our oversight, our Southern Baptist Convention church planting entity, which will oversee their training, their guidelines. They care for them in terms of how they become and operate as a church plant. We care for them in terms of mentorship. And so the amount of commitment from us is going to be already what I'm doing. I call them on the phone. I have coffee with them. I check on them. I get to have that relationship. NAM takes care of a lot of the heavy lifting. And that's a big deal, because NAM has made it a lot easier for churches to plant churches. And that would be one of the things that we would end up doing. They would be a new church in the SBC. That's a good thing, right? And they would be able to use and give rather to the cooperative program and be a part of our association, our state convention, and be able to partner with 47,000 other churches in the Southern Baptist Convention like we do. So it's a really good thing. So I wanted to mention that. And then the last is the support they'll give. It's $1,250, $1,250. That $1,250 will go towards any expenses, which we believe will be more than adequate for the short-term expenses that they have on a budget, and be able to allow us to save up some of the money that they give to be able to pay for things like roof, parking lot, and they're being very generous. They're being very gracious, and they're giving us an opportunity that many churches who plant churches don't get. Many times they don't get even rent from a church, and we're getting that kind of support. So it's a blessing. So I want to encourage you to read that document. Please let me know if you have questions. If you weren't there Thursday night for one reason or another and you have more questions, please don't go in with a misunderstanding on Sunday. Make sure you get your questions answered. You can text me, call me, email me, send smoke signals, whatever it is. Let's have a conversation. And most of all, let me encourage you as your pastor to pray, to seek discernment, and to think in the spirits and not think just about numbers and noses. You got to have a little bit of trust in our leadership, but also be able to think about what God is wanting to do for our church to reach more people than ever before. Thank you. Look forward to hearing from you. God bless you. Bye-bye.